Okay, so to be honest, I have not seen Halloween Ends. I don't honestly think I have any intention of seeing Halloween Ends anytime soon. It's just the way it is. I was not impressed with Halloween Kills at all. I really wasn't. I thought it was cheesy, over the top, and if I heard Evil Dies Tonight one more time, I'm probably going to scream. Anyway, my point is, just because I don't enjoy something doesn't mean that you're not allowed to enjoy something. It also doesn't mean that Halloween's going to end, and that's the whole point of this video. So the budget for Halloween Ends, where'd it go, was $33 million. So the rule of thumb for Hollywood in general still has been for quite some time, is double your budget, which accounts for production, extra production costs, as well as advertising, stuff like that. So to make Halloween Ends successful, it needed to gross $66 million. Let's take a look at the numbers. So domestically, it's grossed $63,485,440. It opened to $40 million. However, the kicker is where it comes into international. So internationally, it grossed $39,415,000 for a grand total as of now, and I believe it's still probably out in theaters places. I haven't looked locally here, but it may still be out here. Grossed total is $102,900,000, so almost $103 million on a $33 million budget, which needed to make $66 million to become profitable. I would say that Halloween Ends not only became profitable, but it was successful. No matter what the Rotten Tomatoes score or IMDb score is, you can hate the movie, but that's not going to change whether or not it was profitable or successful in the eyes of the studio. Now, do I think that they're going to bring Jamie Lee Curtis back and continue this storyline? I do not. I don't think that they would do that. I don't think that would be a smart business move. I don't think that would make sense in terms of the franchise. I don't know what happens to Halloween Ends, so this is total just spitballing there, but I don't see them doing that. It doesn't make sense for a variety of reasons. However, I just posted a video over on TikTok, or I will be posting a video over there, that mentions Danielle Harris. Wow, see, these one-take videos are going to kill me because... Anyways, it mentions Danielle Harris, and I really think that would be an interesting way to take the franchise. So, this isn't me alone. The fandom in general has thrown this idea around for some time. I'm not necessarily saying to just continue on from Halloween 4 and do something like that. I don't know what the right solution is. She could come back as a new character. She could come back as the same character and continue on that story. She could come back and do anthology series like they did with Halloween 3 and continue on the Halloween name without bringing Michael into it. There's so many possibilities because this franchise, no matter what you think about it, or what I think about it, or what my box sets and individual purchases think about it, it's not going away. It makes no financial sense for a company, a studio who is in the business to make profit, to turn their back on it. It doesn't. It's the same reason why we have, 11 Fast and the Furious movies? People gripe about them all the time. It's the same reason Marvel is as big as it is. These companies aren't out here to please us. Ultimately, pleasing us is a secondary benefit to them. They please us, they make more money. So there is that give and take. But if they can please more of us than the ones that they upset, or tease us into going to see these films, like they did with Halloween Ends, enough people went to see that movie that they believe that it's a success. And it doesn't matter what Twitter says, it doesn't matter what TikTok says, it doesn't matter what Instagram or YouTube or Facebook, it doesn't matter what those platforms say or the fan reactions, unfortunately. At the core of it, they care about money because they're a business and we're in corporate America, and that's how things work. It's how things work worldwide to some extent, but in Hollywood, if a thing makes money, they will make more of those things to make more money. And it's a continuous loop, and it has been forever. And as much as people will want to complain and argue that, oh, Hollywood doesn't do anything original now, Hollywood has never done anything original. They've always adapted other mediums, books, stage plays, other movies, whatever the case is. They've grabbed this content and adapted it for a more... I just watched a movie. It's a documentary called The Riders of the Purple Sage. Excuse me. You may have heard of it. I hadn't. But it was originally a book in like 1912. Then it's been adapted to 5 different movies. Now there's an opera being made of that book that had a documentary made about that opera and it being all connected. Hollywood has never been one to come out with original content. And I was reading an article, I think, I don't know who originally posted it, but there's only like 5 to 7 original ideas for movies or books or themes in general. Yeah, sure, you can get deeper and deeper, but the core elements of the narratives, there's only like 5 or 7. I don't remember what the exact... I'm sure some of you have heard it. It's a great read, but I haven't read it for years. Anywho, my point is, Universal is not going to stand down and say, let Halloween die. We don't want that money anymore. They are going to find a way to continue it on. My best hope is that they find a way to continue it on that does something good for the fans. Like I said, Danielle Harris has been a huge part of the fandom for as long as I can remember, and I think deserves that right to come back. Yeah, Jamie Lee was, she was the core of Halloween outside of Michael. But Danielle Harris, she's got probably the second biggest following in that franchise, if not bigger, between her podcast, her other movie roles, and Hatchet and whatnot. So, I personally think that she would be a fantastic goal for Universal to grab onto and do something new with this franchise. My money, my hope, my dreams would be an anthology series. She could host it. I don't know what people drag racing down my street. She could host the series. She could star in the episodes in different ways, whatever the case is. Or they might bring it back as a TV show because, Friday the 13th is coming back as a TV show, so why not do that with Halloween? Anyways, my point is, it's not done. It's not over. It was financially successful despite what you say. You may not enjoy it, but it was still financially successful. So I've had a lot of arguments recently with people online, because I like to do that, saying, oh, it was a bomb, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't, though. The numbers speak for themselves. I don't speak for them. They speak for them. So anyways, that's just my 2 cents.